this is Wanker Reviews, and today I'll be doing a video on Luce, starring Octavia Spencer, Naomi Watts, Kelvin Harrison Jr. This movie is about a white couple who adopted a black son from a war-torn country. After years of therapy, he is now older and a shining star at his school, until one day they get a call from one of his teachers, played by Octavia Spencer, about an inappropriate paper he wrote. Now, I was really looking forward to watching this, and I'm happy to say that I really enjoyed it. I was pleasantly surprised to find out how pro-black the movie was, especially by Hollywood standards. You know how Hollywood doesn't like to talk about race unless there's a white savior in the movie, and thankfully there's no white savior in this movie. I honestly thought going in that this would be very similar to The Good Son, starring Macaulay Culkin and Elijah Wood, but it ended up being a lot deeper than that. The movie talks about stereotypes and how black people are put in a box and how black people are tokenized if we're considered one of the good ones, and how black people are either perfect or evil and we're nothing in between. Not only is the movie pro-black, but like I said before, there aren't any white saviors in this movie, which is what I was afraid of before watching it. And I actually appreciated how honest some of the white characters were, particularly Luce's best friend, played by Noah Gaynor. He's Luce's white best friend at school, and they have a one-on-one discussion at their hideout during the first half of the movie. And the white best friend actually is very honest with Luce about how he's black, but he's not black like some of the other kids at the school. And that makes Luce very uncomfortable, but he plays it off like he doesn't care, but you can tell that he's very uncomfortable with how racist his white friend is. Also, in the movie, it's hinted that Tim Roth regrets. He doesn't outright say it, but you can tell that he hates dealing with the drama involving Luce and the teacher, and he just wants a normal family life. And you can tell that he regrets adopting Luce and how he wished he was like his other friends, how he wished he was like other married couples where they had their own children instead of dealing with an adopted kid. And Naomi Watts actually calls him out on it, and he backs down and he never admits it out loud, but you can tell that's how he feels. And that's something that I appreciated. I liked how the white characters were flawed and they weren't like a saving grace. They weren't tired white saviors, and they were flawed, liberals. They were supposed to be like these white liberals, and he outright said that he didn't want to adopt a kid for some political BS, to be a political do-gooder. He wanted a normal family. The movie actually does a great job at calling out the stereotypical white liberal nonsense that I hate watching in movies. And speaking of Naomi Watts and Tim Roth, I actually liked how their characters bounced off each other. Usually in movies, the father is either, super aware of all the danger that's heading their way, and the mother is super oblivious, or the father is super oblivious and he turns into a non-character, and the mother is scrambling to find the truth. In this movie, I really liked how the father and the mother have moments throughout the movie where they believe Luce and they're against the teacher, and then they have other moments where they start to believe that something might be wrong with Luce, and the teacher might have some merment to what she's saying. I also really loved the score in the movie. It really helped set the tone. But as for positives, that's where the positives start to end. One negative thing that I really did not like was the fact that Luce was pro-black, but he had an Asian girlfriend. I don't think that this movie is a good representation of black women. All the black female main characters are either overweight, like Octavia Spencer is overweight. She's a great actress, but when it comes to standards of beauty, she doesn't fit in that box. And also her sister is dark-skinned and isn't overweight, but her sister is dealing with mental issues, so that's not a good look for black women, especially dark-skinned black women. There aren't any positive images of black women throughout this movie except for a very brief shot of some black cheerleaders, but none of them have any lines and none of them have any weight in the story. They're basically just extras. It would have been nice if the casting directors paired Luce off with a brown-skinned girl, that was attractive. Instead, they stick him with an Asian, and Hollywood has a really bad habit of doing this. Like, they don't want to pair off an attractive single black male actor with a white woman, but they also don't want to show black love unless it's dysfunctional in some way. Like, it's very rare to see like brown skin or dark skinned black couples in a positive light in mainstream Hollywood movies. So they always pair off the black dude with a Latina chick or an Asian chick, and it's very irritating. So that was just a major gripe that I had. Overall, I really enjoyed this movie. I give it a 7.5 out of 10, and I really do recommend watching it. And thanks for watching.